Hey, ladies and gents, I want to go through a little something with you. It's called our ITYW drill. Now, there's some kind of important markers here that we want to understand. First of all, this is a postural exercise. And so what we mean by that is this is not typical conventional strength training here. And what we need to do is we need to isolate the correct muscles. Weight selection or the choice of even adding weight at all is extremely important because we want to make sure, number one, that we're in the right positions or we'll be utilizing the wrong muscles. And I want to kind of explain what those muscles are. So a little bit of kind of musculature and structure to the shoulder is the shoulder joint itself. And I know if you've been coached by me enough, you've probably heard me say this, but the shoulder itself is built for mobility, not stability, okay? So that's why we can do all these great motions. I can swing it around, I can bring it across my body, and bring it away from my body, and bring it all the way up and catch a snatch. And I can swim, right? But that problem is because of the nature of the joint, it's not built for true stability. That's why we see issues with labral tears or rotator cuff impingement or tears. So the muscles and the structures that actually stabilize the shoulder is our shoulder blade and the muscles of our upper back, okay? So right back here, okay, where you see my shoulder blade actually kind of wings out here, these muscles through here and underneath that guy and that lay on top of that, that's truly what stabilizes the shoulder joint. Working these I, T, Y, and W drills are exercises to help work on those stability muscles. Now, another rule of the road here with the body is that the body is lazy. Naturally, our body wants to do things as easily as possible. Well, the muscles that are the largest are also the muscles that do things the easiest typically, but they develop these muscular imbalances and they turn these quiet muscles or these stabilizer muscles off so that they can do the work easier, okay? That's what leads to these muscular imbalances a lot of times, which over time with a lot of muscular imbalance, that's what leads to degradation of a joint or injuries to occur. So on this I, T, Y, and W, here's the deal. What we want to focus on is very little weight with this. So I actually have dumbbells in the gyms that are from 1 pound all the way up to 4 pounds. So they're not even 5-pound weights that people can use for these drills. I bought these dumbbells specifically for some of this shoulder and postural work for a lot of my clients. In addition to that, we even have these what we call change plates. So we have these plates that are less than a pound sometimes, or about a pound or 1.5 pounds that you can use as well for these drills. We were talking as a staff the other day. Coach Sam mentioned that he only uses 2.5-pound plates for this. Well, I know Coach Sam to be one of the strongest people in our gym. And so if he's only using 2.5-pound plates, I don't really see why I should be using much more. So very little weight with this. Actually just using your arm weight and doing the movement correctly truly can help out, and you don't really need any added resistance. So let's go through the movement though. So the I, T, Y, and W. First of all, we're going to talk about position here. So the first thing is I want to be in a bent over position, much like the bottom position where we might do a bent over row, or maybe the bottom position of an RDL, to where my hips are back, my chest is forward, but my back is also flat. Okay, now I'm going to face the camera and kind of show you the angle here first so you can see what we're talking about. But once I'm in that position, I'm going to take my arms through these ranges of motion. The first one is the I position. So the I position is actually going to just be an upright position here. Okay, so straight up. One thing I instruct with this movement, at least for 3 out of the 4 exercises, is I like to do a thumbs up position because that allows us to externally rotate the shoulders, okay, which helps working on the stability muscles first. So I'm going to lead with my thumbs, and this is my I position, okay? The T position, I'm going to turn my thumbs out, and I'm going to lead those up. That's our T position here, okay? Our Y position is kind of splitting the difference between T and I. So I'm looking at like a 45-degree angle basically, okay? Everybody's done the YMCA at a ball game, so this shouldn't be too hard for you, right? So again, I'm going to lead with those thumbs going up into that Y position. The last one here is a little different, okay, is the W. The W is kind of a 2-part movement, all right? So we're actually going to pull and rotate and bring a kind of a high row here, and then we're going to rotate up into this W position. Okay, so it's going to be a row with high elbows and then rotate up into that W position. So it's an external rotation of the shoulder. That is the only one that I'm not worried about actually leading with my thumbs on. So that's the one where we're just going to keep the hands down. So I'm going to show you each movement from the actual position we're going to be in, but I wanted to review that so you could see that up front. So from here again, I'm going to be set up, hips back, my chest is out, my back's flat. I'm going to start in that I position, and I'm going to go I position here, okay? The T position, I'm going to turn my thumbs out, T, okay? My Y position, again, splitting the difference into that Y position here. And then my W position, I'm actually going to turn my hands down towards my legs, pull with that high elbow, and then rotate the hands up. Back down, and I return to that motion. So high pull, or that row, and then rotate, and then I'm going to reverse that motion there, okay? Now here's the key. We can turn on our traps to do this work, and we will miss the point of this exercise. So when I do my Y position, I could go here and actually elevate my shoulders, okay? So if it's looks here, I'm shrugging up my shoulders. Or I can go to the T position, and I actually start to shrug my shoulders. I just worked on this with a client today. So I shrug up rather than squeezing back. If you can imagine that activation with the shoulder blades back or pinching the elbows back, or a lot of times we'll do that band pull apart, okay? When we do that band pull apart, we're focusing on squeezing those shoulder blades together. That's what we're working on here. We're not working on elevating the traps, okay? The traps are the larger muscle in this movement, and therefore the body wants to do that, all right? But it won't work on stabilizing the shoulders. The trap is meant to elevate the shoulders, not stabilize the shoulders. So again, I, T, Y, and W, a lot of times we do either no weight, a little bit of weight, and we do this for kind of endurance reps here. So in today's work, for example, we're doing sets of 6 of each exercise. So that by the time you finish the movement, once you get through 6 of each exercise, you really did 24 reps within the set, okay, over 3 sets. Got a lot of reps in on these postural exercises. This is also something great to do at home. You don't need any added equipment for this. Or you could take a can of soup is actually what we'd recommend on the therapy level because that can of soup is about 1 pound of weight, and they could do that for added resistance. So I hope this helps. I hope this helps you keep stable shoulders and make sure when you have a stable shoulder, you have a healthy shoulder. Talk to you guys soon.